Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thanks so much for being here. Thursday, July 31st, final day of July, first day of NFL football. We have got preseason Hall of Fame game tonight. Very excited to have some football back on the TV, football back in our lives. Obviously, the Jaguars have been they've been hard at work during training camp. We had practice number 7 of training camp today. We'll talk about everything I saw out there today. You will have the in-stadium scrimmage tomorrow evening. So that'll also be another fun opportunity to see the Jaguars practice, this time in kind of a heightened environment, kind of like the dress rehearsal for the preseason, really. That will be, they'll have Saturday off, get back out on the practice field on Sunday. But we're going to dive into this practice number 7 here. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also check out genjag.com/shop. Pick up some new Duval gear like our brand new Duval football pre-order that is available right now, genjag.com/shop. So checking in on this practice, Travis Hunter was dressed in white. He had a white jersey on, so obviously that means it's a defense-heavy day. But again, if you haven't been paying attention, even when Travis Hunter is on defense, during the special teams periods, he will be working with the offense. When he is on offense, during the special teams periods, he will be working with the defense. He is getting just an unbelievable amount of work in, and you continue to see him thrive in doing so. Did give up a play today, and we'll talk about that, but had made a nice couple of plays himself, so we will talk about that. Dennis Gardeck, the free agent acquisition from Arizona, who has been a special teams captain for Arizona, who has been a really good designated pass rusher for Arizona, coming off the ACL. He was activated from the PUP list today by the Jaguars, so that is a really good sign for his potential availability for the 2025 season, trying to make this football team here, again, as a special teamer and somebody who can have a little bit of a hybrid role on defense, can drop back into coverage, but also kind of blitz, and not even just blitz, but rush off the edge at a very high level. He's been very effective for the Cardinals in that capacity. And of course, Liam Cohen and James Gladstone know all about that, having been on the other side of that rivalry in LA for a while. Wide receivers, they were working on getting those hands up quick after the snap for screens during one special teams period where they were getting some extra work in. And those wide receivers obviously are the top guys who are not really going to be super active on special teams. Your top 3, Brian Thomas Jr., De'Ami Brown, Travis Hunter. You continue to see the screen be emphasized, and Grant Udinski spoke after practice. Gus Logue asked him a little bit about the screen game. Highly encourage y'all to go check that out. Check out what Grant Udinski had to say about the screen game and a whole lot more. And then Brian Thomas Jr. also spoke. He was honored to be a top 100 player, came in at 61, but his motivation is he felt like there was still a lot left on the table last year. He feels like he can be a lot better than he was last year. And the biggest thing he has changed to try to improve is being in that playbook a whole lot more this offseason and really knowing the finer points and trying to understand everything a little bit more. Higher level stuff. So that's great for Brian Thomas Jr. That was the first time we'd heard from him in training camp. Again, go check those out on the Jaguars socials, YouTube, whatever it may be. No pads today. Don't know if I mentioned that yet. I feel like today was a little bit of a lighter day. It was definitely a shorter practice. It was scheduled from 8:55 till 10:20 a.m. So that's a little bit shorter than it has been over the last several days. And I think that was just in preparation for tomorrow night. Again, trying to simulate a pregame atmosphere, an in-game atmosphere in certain situations. A dress rehearsal, as I mentioned. Patrick McCary was back in the lineup for the Jaguars today, which was very good to see. He is the Jaguars' starting right guard, and getting him back on the field was good. I think Chuma Edoga did a fine job in his stead. But Patrick McCary back out there on the practice field in 11-on-11. Bashal Tutin was also back on the practice field for the Jaguars. So there was some good injury news for the Jaguars today. Again, getting Dennis Gardeck up off the PUP list, getting Bashal Tutin and Patrick McCary back out there on the practice field and participating in 11-on-11 11 on 11 team stuff is great. But a couple not so great things. Caleb Ransaw, Jaguars' second pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, 88 overall in the third round. Caleb Ransaw, the safety, is week to week with a lower body injury. So week to week at this point sounds like good chance he'll come back at some point during the preseason, training camp preseason, right? But it's just a little bit of a bummer for a rookie. Obviously, he should have plenty of time to make his mark in Jacksonville, but the hope, I think, internally was that he could push at some point to get a lot of reps and maybe become a starter for them at some point during his rookie year. This doesn't mean that won't happen, but again, delays everything just a bit for Caleb Ransaw. And safety is a position that is extremely competitive. Ransaw has a lower body injury. Cole Van Lannon, he is out for the rest of training camp with a shoulder injury. He's a guy, definitely key depth, definitely somebody who I think had a strong shot to make the final roster, or initial 53-man roster, I should say. Does this impact that? It very well could, right? So the back end of the offensive line room is going to be very competitive to try to make it. Getting into some team stuff that we saw, there was no one-on-ones today, so just keep that in mind. Again, a shorter practice. But you saw early on the run defense was really bringing it. Etienne and Bigsby not really getting much, but later on you saw both of those guys have a couple nice runs. You saw Etienne actually have several nice runs on the day. I think that this was maybe his practice where he was able to get out there and shine and make the most moves and get out in space. So as it has been, it's kind of trading punches back and forth, very competitive run defense versus run game. Trenton Irwin, he had a nice grab over the middle where he was able to get open. I feel like he's a strider. He's got some speed that he can build up and some quickness as well. You saw Patrick Herbert get a short catch and fumble. I didn't see who punched it out. Jamal St. Cyr, who does a great job, believes it may have been Zach McPherson, who he's made a lot of plays. If you've been paying attention throughout this training camp to my shows, he's been making plays. Jaquindon Jackson continues to prove to be tough to tackle. Grant Udinski talked about him after practice, saying he's been taking advantage of the opportunities he's been given with some injuries and rotation as well. Trenton Irwin had another nice catch. Bashal Tutin had a very nice catch and run. That was good to see from him. Short catch and then turns on the Jets. So getting him back out there, I think, is really nice. I mentioned Etienne had several strong runs. Lee Quint Allen had a very nice strong run today as well, where he was able to look like bounce off a lot of tackles. Again, I've said this a lot, but it is difficult to really decipher, like, would he have gotten tackled, would he not have gotten tackled in practice when you're not tackling to the ground. Joshua Cephas had multiple catches on the day in team. Jaquindon Jackson continued another nice run. He is so strong, so physical at 230 plus pounds. You saw Travis Hunter had some really good coverage IQ. We will talk about the one play he gave up today, but that'll be in the Trevor Lawrence portion of things because we always talk about Trevor Lawrence at the end here. But Travis Hunter, I see moments where, on defense, he's in zone coverage and he just perfectly times the pass off between zones. He's so smart and instinctive, and he was in there making a couple really nice plays at the very end of practice. Seth Hennigan decided it would be a good idea to try to attack Travis Hunter, throwing it to J.J. Jones down the field. It was not a good idea. Travis Hunter got himself in perfect position, almost had an insane one-handed interception. And he, went up and reached for it, was able to kind of almost bring it down, but when he hit the ground, it kind of popped away from him. But still a great play. And then the very next play, he was kind of in a trail technique, a little bit behind the receiver, and Hennigan was trying to fit it in between, two levels of the zone, and overshot the receiver, and Hunter almost was able to pick that one off too, got a hand on it too. So that was impressive. A couple more notes. Chandler Brayboy, he continues to show that he can really run. you get him the ball short and he has a chance to turn it into something big. Chad Muma had a nice pass breakup today. So he's had an interception and a pass breakup throughout camp so far. And Trent Irwin, another catch. So, I mean, he was very, very busy today in a variety of situations catching the football. Trevor Lawrence, getting into what we saw from Trevor Lawrence today. He was 9 of 16, had 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions. He was started out 1 of 1 complete short to Travis Etienne. It looked like Etienne might have had a nice gain, though, on that one, even though it was a short completion. 2 of 2 complete to De'Ami Brown with Jarian Jones in coverage over the middle. Next throw, fell to 2 of 3. Tried to hit Brian Thomas Jr. over the middle. Was a little bit high, but not like extremely high. Probably a play that Brian Thomas Jr. usually makes. Again, Jarian Jones was in coverage. Could it have been a little bit lower? Probably. But was it within Brian Thomas Jr.'s wheelhouse of catching it? I think so as well. 3 of 4 complete to De'Ami, deep over the middle. He got to 3 of 5, batted at the line. Could not tell who got his hands on that one, but Trayvon Walker was in the area, and Trayvon Walker has been really good at batting passes down throughout training camp. And this is something we've noticed. Like this, I've never seen a Jaguars defense bat so many passes at the line. And it's not because Trevor Lawrence doesn't know what he's doing, has always had an issue with this. It's like I feel like they're just more actively getting their hands up and being really good in that regard, which is kind of cool to see. Fell to 3 of 6 on the day with an incompletion to Brian Thomas Jr. Jordan Lewis got the pass breakup. It was a hell of a play by Jordan Lewis, who continues to make plays. Incompletion to Britton Strange. I think that was pass breakup as well. He fell to 3 of 7 after that one. He got back to 50%, 4 of 8, complete to Brian Thomas Jr. for a touchdown. It's probably a 25, 30-yard pass where Brian Thomas Jr. caught it, and there was a little bit of separation. He created a lot more separation, was able to race to the end zone. He then had a little period where it was backs against the wall, trying to just get out, of the goal line on your own 1-yard line. I don't think that Trevor threw it in that situation, but just a note there for a team. Fell to 4 of 9. Tried to throw it to Brian Thomas Jr. BT couldn't get it down the sideline, and Jarian Jones in coverage. Another play where it felt like Brian Thomas Jr. would probably normally make that in a game. And to be clear, Brian Thomas Jr. has been, throughout his career, much more of a game day player than a practice player. So I don't think anybody should be panicking or worrying about Brian Thomas Jr. right now. Completed the ball deep on the next pass to Parker Washington. Travis Hunter was in coverage there. And that was the one time Travis Hunter's really gotten beat throughout training camp so far on defense. So definitely not something to be concerned with, but great play by Parker. Parker Washington's not like a burner. I don't think he's slow by any stretch of the imagination, but he is really quick and explosive. He has snappy movements, and that can, create some separation. And that's exactly what happened against Travis Hunter on that play. And Lawrence saw it immediately. So got him to 5 of 10. Completed a pass to Brian Thomas Jr. with Tyson Campbell in coverage on the sideline to get to 6 of 11. He was then fell to 6 of 12 and incompletion to Strange. Okay. So I mentioned earlier there was an incompletion to Britton Strange. That one was actually just like a little bit of a timing. They weren't quite on the same page. This one was an Eric Murray pass breakup. Really good job by Eric Murray getting his hands in there. Then he got to 7 of 13 with a completion to Travis Etienne, 8 of 14, a deep touchdown pass to De'Ami Brown, and that's a connection you've been looking for throughout camp so far. De'Ami had a really good day Tuesday, but he still had not had like that deep touchdown grab yet, and you got that from him today, so that was pretty cool. 9 of 15 completed to Parker Washington, and then his final throw of the day was incomplete. He fell to 9 of 16 on the day. Josh Hines Allen, a pass breakup at the line. So you had 2 deflections at the line of scrimmage, definitely Josh Hines Allen. And then I think that The one before that, I think, was Trayvon Walker, but it might have been someone else. So 2 of the incompletions were batted at the line. You want Trevor to continue to try to improve on that, but it seems like that's just an emphasis for the defense this year, and they're doing a really good job getting their hands up if they're not getting a sack. And you see well-coached defenses be able to do that consistently. You have not seen the Jaguars do that consistently at all over the last, number of years. You had Jordan Lewis get a pass breakup. You had Eric Murray get a pass breakup, and then you had a few missed connections with Brian Thomas Jr., where probably in a game very well could have been a catch for Brian Thomas Jr. So another solid day for Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion. Again, the 2 really nice touchdown passes. So he was 66 of 99 going into this. You could say 66 of 99, 66 of 100, depending on if you count a play. There's one play that was a sack that I did not count. Anyways, 66 plus 9 is 75. 99 plus 16 is 115. So he is 75 of 115, 10 touchdown passes, 1 interception, 5 dropped passes, 1 turnover-worthy play. He's having a really good camp, and he's building. He's getting better and better and better. Let's see here. What is 75 over 115? He's at 65% completions. If you include the drops, it's probably closer to 70. But he's having a good camp. He's moving this offense, scoring touchdowns. This last 3-4 practices, he's really turned it on. So that's what it's all about. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also comment in the comment section below. Really help us out. You can check out genjag.com/shop, pick up some Duval gear, including our brand new Duval football pre-order. Y'all have a good one.